Hello students, today's video is for BBA second year students and we will discuss the subject called business environment and law. Business environment and law. So in today's video we will discuss the various elements of business environment. So let's discuss that. So dear students, the elements of business environment you can see from the board also has broadly been classified into two different segments. First is internal environment, second is your external environment. Now, if you remember what we have studied in the last video, that is your unit 2, we have already completed. Number 1, the meaning of business environment. We have also studied the different characteristics of business environment, as well as we have also completed the significance of business environment. So these are the chapters that we already covered, and this is another factor, that is elements or factors influencing the business environment. So this question can also be called as, but remember the terms, because in the exam you may get different wordings, so be sure about the terms or words of the question. So today we are discussing in the video elements of business environment. Elements of business environment can also be called as the, what you can say, the factors. The factors influencing the business environment. In your syllabus, if you go through your syllabus, in the syllabus also it is clearly written that on the last line, under unit 2, factors influencing the business environment. So this is nothing but the different elements of business environment. So dear students, the elements, as I said in today's video, is broadly be divided into TW, two different segments. Number 1, internal environment. Number 2, external environment. The student, what is internal environment? Let's discuss them one by one. Internal environment means, what you can say, as the word internal is there, so we can say that these are the factors which are internal to the business. Fine. These are the factors which are completely internal to the business organization. So since these are internal to a business organization, so the business can have a proper control over these factors, can have a proper control over these factors. So internal environment, in one way we can also say that since it is within the controllable limit of the organization, hence internal factors is also known as controllable factors. controllable factors. Controllable factors means these are the factors or these are the environment which which every business organization should definitely face, but the business organization can have a proper control over these factors. That's why the terms here it is written that controllable factors. Fine. Now another thing is there. Since these are internal to the business, hence the managers can definitely control at any point of time. So if we do well, if we plan well, then we can easily have a proper control over this factor. Now we will discuss what are the different elements of internal environment. Elements of internal environment. What are the different elements or what are the factors? First point is plans and policies. Dear students, plans and policies of the organization should be clearly defined. Plans and policies is nothing but these are the, you can say, parameters through which the organization can able to achieve its objectives. Can achieve the objectives. So these are the, what you can say, parameters through which the organization's objectives is clearly be determined or clearly be fulfilled. So at every point of time, in order to make our business successful, we should keep a thorough knowledge over our plans and policies, and we should at every point of time try to improve our plans and policies formulation. One thing is for sure here is that only making the plans and policies will not solve the issue. For better control over a business, we must plan for fulfillment of plans and policies. Very important term, fulfillment. Of different plans and policies. So there are certain things are there. First of all, the organization should always try to achieve a better success. Second thing, only making or formulating the, what you can say, formulating the plans and policies. Formulating the plans and policies will not solve the issue at all. Rather, being a successful manager, we should always try to go for fulfillment of different plans and policies, because only when we should be capable enough to fulfill our requirements to implement those plans and policies that our CEOs already made in the business organization, then only we will then only you can what you can say the business can reach its top level. The business can definitely reach its high success, or you can say the top level so far as industry is concerned. So the plans, policies, it's such a environmental factor you can say which every organization has to face. Can you say without plans and policy can the organization survive? The answer is no. The answer is no. Without the plans and policies, no business organization can survive. Every business organization is bound to face those plans and policies. That's why these plans and policies comes under the internal environment, because this is a what you can say internal force to every business unit. So being a successful manager who should always face this challenge of formulation as well as implementation of plans and policies, so that we will reach the top level, or we will reach a higher success in the organizational. The point number 2 is human resources. What it indicates? Point number 2 of the second factor of your internal environment is human resources. Dear students, human resources is nothing but we can say the human resources. We can say that it is the personnel working in the organization. So, human resources is nothing but the personnel and an EL. The personnel, those who are working in the organization. It includes group T, or you can say lower level or group D workers, supervisors, foreman, factory supervisor. Then above to them your employees like those who will fall under the middle class, that is clerical staffs, accountant, cashier, and also includes those employees who are working in the top level management, which includes its managing directors as well as the CEOs. So starting from the managing directors and CEOs to the very lower level, that is the workers, all include is the human resources. So in order to face these resources every day, we must have a proper control over these resources, and the objective should be optimum use of human resources. The objective of every business organization is that it should face or it should, what you can say, manage its human resources in such a way that all the personnel, those who are working in the organization, is completely satisfied with the organization. Now, once we are able to, what you can say, give better satisfaction to the human resources or to the personnel working in the organization, then also it can lead to high success, because always remember that efficient workers, efficient employees is one of the, you can say, a great asset so far as organization is concerned. So unless otherwise we are don't handling the grievances in a better manner, we will not achieve the success in the business. So in order to achieve the success in the business, we must plan for, what you can say, better management of the human resources or optimum use of these human resources. So these human resources again, will come under the internal environment because it is internal to the organization. The management has absolutely proper control over these human resources. They can manage the human resources as they want. It is up to the owners of the business up to what extent they are managing their human resources. So all these things are there so far as managing the human resources are concerned. So we must plan for a very beautiful manner so that all the human resources who are working in our organization is in a complete working situation. No employee should be overloaded with high works, neither no employee should be given less burden so far as working criteria are concerned. So we must make a proper balance between distribution of the work. This is the work to be performed today. So it is the duty of the supervisor to properly distribute the total work among its employees, so that each and every employee, those who are working inside the organization, will get equal importance or will get the equal workload. This will give them better satisfaction. And as I said in today's video, that if we are able to satisfy our human personnel, then definitely our business will reach up a top level success. So this is all about the human resources, which is one of the important factor of internal environment. Let's move to another factor. Financial resources. Dear students, finance is such a thing which is very important so far as smooth running of the organization is concerned. Finance is one of, we can say, you must have studied in your last paper, that is financial management. Finance is the lifeblood of every business. Without finance, no business can survive. Without finance, no business can survive. So proper management of the finance is highly essential. So far as financial resources are concerned, every business makes its finance from two ways. Every business organization arranges its financial resources from two different ways. Number one, own resources. Number two, outside resources. Number one, we can say own resources, and number two, outside resources. Own resources are nothing but the owner's equity that is invested by the owners of the business in the organization. On the contrary, outsider funds are those funds which are the arrangements made by the business unit to meet its long-term financial requirements. So again, to achieve a better success, we must manage these financial resources in a proper manner. That's why managing the finance is highly essential. Managing the finance is highly essential. And another thing is also there, the resources. The second term, which is resources, is always, remember, limited in nature. The financial resources are always limited in nature. Whatever be the size of the organization, large scale, small scale, medium scale, every business unit is having a limited financial resources only. There is always a shortage of finance. Always a shortage of finance in all the three types of business organizations. So saying these resources are very limited in nature, so a proper management of the finance is highly essential. Only when we are able to make a proper management of these financial resources, then only our organization can achieve better success. Our organization can achieve a better success. So how to manage for that purpose? We must go through proper financial theoretical studies and implement various tools and techniques of financial management. The different tools and techniques may include your very important capital structure that you will study in your FM subject. Capital structure is there, cost of capital, capital budgeting, working capital management, cash management, receivables management, inventory management, treasury management. So these all things is there. One of the what you can say major tools of financial management. So by implementing proper tools and techniques as per the requirements of the business, we must plan for the financial management. And only when we are able to manage our finance in a proper manner, then only we can achieve the success in the business. So finance is such a thing which every owners of the business must carefully plan for and work accordingly, so that we are not facing any problem regarding this finance is concerned. So the finance must be arranged properly. So you can say the financial resources again is one of the important factor in your internal environment. Why? Because these factors are completely internal. These factors are completely internal and have a proper control. The managers can easily able to control these financial resources with better or by implementing various tools. Corporate image. Dear students, corporate image is nothing but the goodwill of the company in the industry. It is nothing but what you can say the goodwill of the company in the industry. So at the industry level also, the company should establish a proper goodwill. So this corporate image plays a very vital role so far as managing the internal resources of the organization is concerned. Now, corporate image is such a thing which can only be achieved by the company's image, or it should be created. There is no such fixed rules and regulations for creation of corporate or what you can say the brand image. So corporate image or goodwill is such a thing which is the inherent quality of the management, how well they are managing or how well they are creating or how well they are able to create a good image in the industry. So for this purpose they can opt for different aspects of the business, like providing better satisfaction to the customers, fulfillment of customers want, after sales by providing after sales services, by providing good and quality products at affordable prices or you can say what cheaper prices, by giving sufficient time to each and every customer, by having a proper dealings with our outsiders, that is banks, creditors, other financial institutions, By having a good relationship with our investors, it may include shareholders, debentures, creditors, and other third parties, those who are associated with our business. We should have a proper control, or we should have a better relationship so far as our employees are concerned. We should have a proper control over the workers, that those who are working in the organization, we must properly handle their grievances. So all these things is there to create a good corporate image. And as I say, there is no such fixed rules and regulations for creating the corporate image of the business. Rather, we must plan for these things that I just said right now. By achieving such things, by fulfilling such things, automatically the corporate image can easily be achieved. The corporate image can easily be achieved. Now, once we are able to create a good amount of what you can say corporate image, a good amount of corporate image, then easily be what you can say our goodwill or our reputation of the business in the general industry will rise up. Now, once we are able to create a corporate image, then we should definitely enjoy certain advantages. The first advantage, or you can say the topmost advantage, is we are always enjoying a competitive advantages or competitiveness, or the advantage of competitive over our competitors. Because today is the market of competition, so everywhere we find lots of competition is going on, irrespective of the type of business that we are doing with. So in order to be very much competitive, we must able to create a good corporate image. Plant and machinery. Student, plant and machinery of the business, you should know that this is a fixed assets of the business. Also, this is one of the internal factor of business environment also. Every business concern should plan for proper management of these plant and machinery. These are what you can say the major resources of business. So, if we are able to achieve a good control over our plant and machinery by making optimum utilization of the machinery, by properly handling the machinery resources, also our success of the business will definitely go up. So the plant and machinery of our business, we can say, is one of the very important resources, and we must properly plan for a optimum utilization of the resources like plant and machinery. Labor and management relationship. Labor and management relationship. This is the last point of the factors of our internal environment. Labor and management relationship. Dear students, there should be a proper relationship always exist between the labor and workers. Or you can say the labor and management of the organization. There should be a proper coordination with the management as well as with the laborers, that is from the top level to the very lower level management, because management is at the top level management, laborers are at the lower level management, they will fall under the lower level. So there should be a proper channelization of communication, that the instructions whatever given by the management should properly reach to each and every laborer. Along with that, we should also plan for a cordial relationship with the management and laborers of the organization, because if there is a good relationship between the management and the laborers of the organization of any business, then definitely that particular business can definitely reach the top or can reach high success in the industry. So the management should properly handle the grievances of the laborers, should properly give them due importance. The management should always involve the elected members of the laborers in the general meeting, so that their elected representatives, it means the laborers elected representatives can also share their opinion in the general meetings of the business, so that the general workers or laborers may also feel their importance, that yes, this is the organization where there is a opportunity for our voice also. What we want, or the company is properly able to fulfill our requirements, or our desiredness or our wants is reaching to the management in a beautiful manner. So once the laborers are able to feel this kind of framework of mind, then definitely why they will leave our organization, because they know that their motives, their opinions have a great importance so far as management is concerned. On the other hand, the laborers should always respect the management. They should strictly follow the instructions that has been given by the management or top level authorities. So in this way, a cordial relationship can be established between the labor and the management of the organization. Again, this is a important element of internal environment, because the business can properly control the labor and management relationship. Properly control, or it is what you can say, it is a controllable factor within the controllable limit of the organization. So dear students, these are the 6 elements or factors, same meaning. Elements or factors, same meaning. These are the 6 elements and factors of internal environment. So in today's video, we have completed the different elements or factors of internal environment. In the next video, we will discuss the external environment and the elements of external environment. Thank you.